I'm just going to say this. Any media person that I see in person for the rest of my life who try to tell me LeBron James is good as Michael Jordan, I'm just going to slap the hell out of him right on the spot. Right on the damn spot. No question asked. The next person who walks up to me and say, LeBron James, who is amazing, as good as Michael Jordan or competes like Michael Jordan, I'm just going to slap the hell out of you right on the spot. And I'm going to take my chances with what you did.
Charles Barkley has never been the type to hold back when everyone else in sports media is busy choosing their words carefully. And this time, listen to this. He went straight at LeBron James once again. Not with some tiny criticism, not with a safe television response, but with the same fearless attitude that has turned Chuck into one of the most unpredictable voices in basketball. Because while everyone keeps trying to protect LeBron's legacy from tough conversations, Barkley keeps saying the part that many people are afraid to admit. In his eyes, LeBron is incredible. LeBron is legendary. But the Michael Jordan debate is still nowhere near as settled as some fans desperately want it to be. And that is exactly why this conversation exploded all over again. Barkley was not simply throwing out another TV soundbite. He was delivering a message. He is tired of people acting like playing longer automatically erases everything Jordan accomplished during his absolute peak years. LeBron owns the statistics, the longevity, the all-time scoring record, and one of the greatest extended primes any athlete has ever produced. But Chuck keeps coming back to the same argument that many older players refuse to ignore. 6 finals appearances, 6 championships, 6 finals MVP trophies, and the fear Jordan injected into the entire league. Barkley is not arguing that LeBron is not an all-time great. He is saying greatness and Michael Jordan-level dominance are two completely different conversations.
He's away from passing Kyle Korver.
Ooh, Kyle Korver can shoot that thing.
Number 7 all-time. And he's second in 30-point games now with 559. MJ's got 562.
See, now, Ernie.
What?
That's an amazing stat to talk about. Everybody, I don't get into debate about great.
That single argument explains Barkley's entire issue with this debate. For Chuck, LeBron's greatest advantage is simply time. He has stayed elite longer than almost anyone the NBA has ever seen, and that absolutely deserves credit. But whenever people use that longevity as a way to diminish what Jordan accomplished at his peak, Barkley immediately pushes back. Because Jordan did not need more than 2 decades to build his legacy. He built his case in a smaller window, with a perfect finals record and a level of dominance in the biggest moments that still feels unmatched. And that is why Barkley keeps bringing up the uncomfortable truth many fans do not always want to hear. A longer career can make a resume more impressive, but it does not automatically create a higher peak. And then, hold up, the retirement tour discussion entered the picture. Reports claim that LeBron was not interested in having a massive farewell tour. No city-by-city celebrations, no extended goodbye, and no season centered around tribute videos and standing ovations everywhere he went. On the surface, that may sound humble, but Barkley saw it from a completely different angle. Chuck suggested that LeBron may not want that type of attention because he understands that this final version of himself is no longer the same player fans remember from Miami, Cleveland, or his early years with the Lakers. Man, that was a brutal interpretation because it transformed a simple retirement decision into a much bigger conversation about legacy.
Like 3 more years from now? No. 2 more years maybe, but 1 more year definitely. So, LeBron's very calculated at, things he does. So the whole world will know when it's his last year, because him and his team, they probably want the farewell LeBron tour. So to answer your question, he doesn't know now, Ernie, but I do believe he's definitely coming back.
The bigger message here is actually pretty simple. A farewell tour sounds incredible when a player can still completely control the spotlight. But when a superstar gets older, loses a step, and has younger players challenging him every single night, that same celebration can quickly become awkward. Every arena would be honoring the legend of the past, while everyone watches the current version unfold in real time. And with LeBron, even conversations about retirement instantly become part of a much larger debate about his legacy. That is where Barkley's criticism expands far beyond just basketball itself. He is not only discussing LeBron's performance on the court, he is talking about the way LeBron controls the entire narrative around him. LeBron has always been one of the smartest athletes ever when it comes to handling the media. The moment he speaks, the entire league responds. When he drops a hint about his future, every sports show suddenly starts debating it. When he says something about his roster, the front office immediately feels the pressure. That is exactly why every LeBron quote becomes much bigger than the actual words he says. He has been the center of the NBA universe for so long that even a simple answer about retirement, roster support, or legacy can instantly turn into a nationwide conversation.
What's your decision?
In this fall, man, this is very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
Miami Heat. That was the conclusion you woke up with this morning.
That was the conclusion I woke up with this morning.
Why?
Like I said before, I feel like it's going to give me the best opportunity to win and to win from all.
That moment back in 2010 still shadows every single LeBron debate to this day. When he announced he was taking his talents to South Beach, he did not simply switch teams. He completely changed how superstars moved, how players used their influence, and how franchises began building around elite talent. Some fans celebrate that as the birth of true player empowerment. But Barkley has always seen the situation from a very different perspective. Chuck comes from an era where the greatest players wanted to defeat their rivals, not team up with them. That is why he and so many former players constantly bring up Jordan and Kobe. They believe the old-school mentality was about climbing the mountain yourself, not finding an easier path around it. And listen to this, Barkley has stayed consistent with that opinion for years. Even when LeBron was at the absolute peak of his dominance, Chuck was still willing to criticize him. Back in 2017, when LeBron publicly talked about Cleveland needing more help and more playmakers, Barkley immediately called it out. He did not like hearing the best player in the world speak as if the roster had somehow failed him, especially when the Cavaliers had already invested heavily and built the team around his championship window. To Chuck, that was not leadership. That was a superstar putting pressure on the organization while creating distance between himself and the struggles of the team.
Problem with what LeBron said. I have no problem. Everything's not true, but most of that is true. I've did some stupid things in my life. That being said, I've been doing this job for 15, 16 years. I have never said anything personal about a guy, and I'm never going to, ever. All my criticism on any player or comments on any team is strictly about basketball.
That exchange revealed the biggest difference between the two of them. Barkley criticized LeBron's basketball decisions and public comments. LeBron responded by bringing up issues from Barkley's personal history. And that is exactly why many fans believed Chuck had struck a nerve. Barkley later made it clear that he was never trying to attack LeBron as a person. He was talking about basketball, leadership, and accountability. And that is why people are still discussing that feud years later. It was never just another random television argument. It exposed how strongly Barkley felt about LeBron's public approach whenever adversity showed up. And now, hold up, years later, the exact same criticism continues to follow LeBron in Los Angeles. The Lakers have made aggressive win-now decisions, changed directions multiple times, and done everything possible to keep his championship window open. But whenever those moves fail, the conversation always circles back to one uncomfortable question. Did the Lakers build the smartest possible roster, or were they simply chasing star power and big names? That same debate has followed LeBron throughout his Los Angeles era as well. The Lakers have made win-now trades, sacrificed young talent, shifted strategies, and constantly searched for ways to extend the championship window. But when those decisions do not work out, the blame usually falls on the front office, the coaching staff, or the supporting cast around him. Barkley's argument is that LeBron cannot have influence over how a team is constructed, and then completely separate himself from the fallout when the plan collapses.
Is I think that they have not treated it like we have a real shot of winning the championship. They've treated it like we have a shot at winning a championship. So they've been half measures. We'll make small moves around the edges. We want to keep our...
The Russell Westbrook trade is always the first example people point to. The Lakers sacrificed important role players and valuable depth to bring in another superstar name, and the fit never truly felt right. When it all fell apart, critics used it as evidence that building everything around LeBron's timeline can eventually corner a franchise. Barkley has always been brutally honest about situations like that. He does not care how famous the player is. He only cares whether the basketball decision actually makes sense. And in his view, too many LeBron-led teams have repeated the exact same pattern. Push every chip to the middle of the table, lose roster flexibility, and then ask for more help once the team becomes too thin. That is why Barkley's Michael Jordan comparison continues to hit such a sensitive spot. It is not only about championships, it is about mentality, approach, and how adversity is handled. Jordan had to endure years of punishment from the Pistons before finally breaking through. Kobe had to survive difficult Lakers seasons before the franchise was rebuilt around him again. Barkley respects that kind of struggle because he believes it reveals something deeper about a player's competitive spirit. LeBron supporters will argue that comparison is unfair because today's NBA is completely different. And honestly, they do have a valid point. But hold up. Chuck's argument has never really been about the rules of the era. It has always been about mindset.
I might put him with Kobe Bryant. In my opinion, LeBron is a great, great player and a great, great man. I got him one slip behind Kobe Bryant.
That is exactly why Barkley's comments always create such a massive reaction. He is not intimidated by LeBron's fan base. He is not worried about social media backlash. He is not concerned about losing access to anybody. He has spent decades being rich, famous, criticized, and celebrated all at once. So whenever he speaks about LeBron, it feels different from a typical debate show opinion. It feels like a Hall of Famer who has watched multiple generations of basketball, saying, "I know exactly what I witnessed, and I am not changing my stance. That is why some fans label him a hater, while others view him as one of the last truly honest voices in the sport." And then listen to this: the statistics debate only adds even more fuel to the fire. LeBron has repeatedly said that winning matters more to him than numbers, and his supporters believe the records are simply a byproduct of his greatness. But critics argue those milestones have always been a major part of the LeBron narrative. The scoring record, the triple-doubles, the longevity achievements, and the year-by-year comparisons with Jordan all continue to keep this debate alive. Barkley looks at every one of those accomplishments and still asks the exact same question. Does playing longer automatically mean you were better at your absolute peak? For Chuck, the answer remains no. And that brings everything right back to the main point. Charles Barkley exposed the uncomfortable side of the LeBron debate once again, not by uncovering some hidden secret, but by saying the part that often gets buried beneath highlights, records, and career totals. LeBron is undeniably great, but the story surrounding LeBron has always been carefully managed. The retirement narrative is managed. The roster pressure narrative is managed. The GOAT debate is managed. Even the response to criticism is managed. Barkley sees all of that and calls it out the only way he knows how. Loudly, directly, and without any apology. That is why this feud has lasted for so many years. LeBron represents the modern superstar, powerful, calculated, media-savvy, and fully in control of his own story. Barkley represents the old-school voice, emotional, straightforward, sometimes messy, but never afraid to say exactly what he believes. And whenever those two basketball worlds collide, the conversation always grows beyond a single quote. It becomes a battle over what true greatness is supposed to look like. So love him or hate him, Charles Barkley is not backing down anytime soon. He still places Jordan above LeBron. He still questions the way LeBron responds to criticism. He still believes parts of LeBron's legacy are protected by media influence and narrative control. And every time the GOAT debate returns, Chuck delivers the exact same answer in a different form. LeBron may own the numbers, the records, and the longevity, but Michael Jordan still represents the standard Barkley refuses to move away from.